Hello and welcome back to Velosio Viewpoint Live. My name is Michael DeGeeter coming to you from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. I'm here as your host to bring you the hottest topics in cloud, digital transformation, IT security, ERP, CRM, and of course, so much more. But before I forget, don't forget to like and subscribe to get updates and notifications to all things Velosio, but also to get notified when we go live during our bi-weekly or every other week live chats here on LinkedIn and now new YouTube Live. We also encourage your engagement with us, so type a question in the comment section and we will try to get to it during our live Q&A today. Now, today you're joining us for a conversation about how Velosio supports professional service companies. We'll share insights into the types of businesses we've worked with and the common challenges we help them overcome. We'll discover what to expect when partnering with Velosio and the value of the Microsoft platform for your businesses. Hear from our team about their favorite parts of working with Velosio, and learn how D365 Project Operations, a tool designed to streamline operations. And don't miss this chance to see how Velosio can really help to elevate your business today. So, joining us to discuss this and more is James Thomas, Industry Director of Project Business at Velosio. Hello, James. Welcome.
Hey,
Thanks for
Mike.
being here on Velosio
Sure.
Viewpoint Live. And can you tell us a bit about yourself and your role at Velosio?
Sure. I am actually a chartered accountant by profession. Did accounting many, many years ago and moved into the technology space about 25 years ago. And I was fortunate to have worked in the same industry the whole time. Worked as an end user and an operational person at a project-based company, a large telecommunications company, and moved into IT and focused on the same industry. My role at Velosio is really to oversee the strategy and delivery of our project business industry solutions. What that means is that we don't just focus on ERP solutions, but we cover a broader ecosystem that comprise an industry solution layer. And that could be field operations, analytics, ERP, and anything in between. And so we have a team that's dedicated to serving the needs, very specific needs of project businesses.
Right. There's a lot of partners in the Microsoft ecosystem, right? And each partner kind of has their own specialty or industry specialty that really enhances the needs of Microsoft Dynamics users, and Velosio is one that really focuses on professional service companies and the needs of that industry. So I'm really glad to have you here, James. And my first question is pretty simple here. Just curious, what type of companies do we work with? Or have we worked with?
Yeah, there's a lot of different terms thrown out there to describe the space that we serve. Sometimes it's called Proserv, short for professional services. I really look at it at a broader level, call it project businesses, because it's not just service only companies that comprise of project businesses, but there are many companies that sell and support services as well as products. So broadly we cover the AEC space, but the C, which typically everyone, it's architecture, engineering, and construction, but the C for us is consulting. So the AEC space, architecture, engineering, consulting, but we also cover systems integrators, software development companies, IT services companies. They all have very, very similar accounting treatments, operational requirements, and our solutions cover these main categories. There are also other unique applications of projects like for grant management and fund management, we do cover those as well. But really, our main focus is on the AEC space, system integrators, as well as software development companies.
Excellent. Yeah, and of these companies that we work with, right? What are the top pain points? What are the key areas that we help in their business?
Yeah, to really understand these pain points, it's worthwhile just journeying through how project accounting systems came about. ERP really started out as being first and foremost a software tool for manufacturing organizations. And then it has, of course, broadened its sphere of functionality to include projects. But projects really, from an accounting perspective, and as we all know, there's much more to just accounting projects. There's the whole operational aspect of it, right? All the way starting from marketing, lead generation, moving through the sales cycle into opportunity management, and then the sales teams being able to produce an estimate and eventually a proposal to be able to complete RFPs, and then when you win these projects to be able to execute against them, all starting with staffing the project, resource management, capacity planning, and then into actually performing the work, whether that's just services or the delivery of services and products, and then invoicing for it, accounting for the revenue based on a lot of different revenue compliance and analytics, right? So traditional legacy type applications just focused on the accounting piece of it. It doesn't mean they didn't do the other parts. They did, but the problem was they were all, you know, point applications, unintegrated, and there was a lot of dual entry, a lot of spreadsheets. So maybe they had a CRM system that worked with a marketing lead gen. Then we know we have companies that do all of their scheduling in applications like Procore, again standalone, estimating packages, document management packages, contract and proposal management. So just a plethora of different standalone solutions, and that's herein lies the problem, because none of those promote efficiency, real-time data analysis, deep business insights, and those are the real pain points. We see this, I would say, 100% of the time is really trying to get on a single solution, and it doesn't mean it eliminates all the applications. There are still certain companies that have very specific needs, like architectural companies use open asset. That's kind of an industry standard for managing all of their imaging and documents. And so we integrate with those. Payroll is typically outsourced, so we integrate with payroll and HR systems. So, but really the core, which is project operations, project financials, really needs to be in a single solution. And that's the pain point that most companies come to us to address.
Right. All that siloed data in 12,000 different places,
Right.
that needs to come together into one cohesive ERP. And
Yeah.
so, and Velosio, like I said before, we specialize in this industry, and we have these industry specialists that really. We have you, of course, that come in and know the needs and the wants of how to grow successful professional service companies with their technology systems. So when they come over to Velosio, what can they expect, when working with us?
I think in one word, expertise. And that starts with our initial conversations, right? We have industry teams, and it's designed so that from the very first engagement with Velosio, you're speaking to somebody that knows your space, right? And there are many facets to your business. And so we have experts in different areas, but however, they're familiar with your space, project-based businesses essentially. And whether that is, your business models, managing T&M and fixed price or hybrid projects, we have process templates that are based on best practices. Essentially, companies don't want to reinvent the wheel. They want to talk to somebody that knows their business. They don't have to spend time and money educating a partner on how their business works and what the pain points are. They're usually coming to us because, like, you're the experts. Tell us what we need. Uh, Give us what our peers use. We don't want to start from scratch. We don't want to replicate our legacy processes in a modern ERP or operational solution. And that's really how our practice is designed, is to be come alongside you and provide all of these rapidly, and bring the types of resources that are able to elevate your current processes. And we've done a lot of the heavy lifting, pre-configured applications so that we can rapidly get to areas in the overall implementation that bring real value to you. And we cover the gamut, right? It's, project management, resource management, project execution, project accounting. And then we work both it's important to know we work in both the mid-market and the enterprise space. It's in the enterprise space that we often are tasked to, implement a global template with all of the multi-company, multi-currency, multi-language requirements to be met. And so the overall experience with Velosio is one of dealing with people that know your business intimately and are able to um, produce real solutions to solve the business challenges that you have. We're not a company that are simply staffed with technicians that can point and click an application, but we bring the industry knowledge and the value and the insights that will really help your business decision makers with your own challenges that you have. And in today's market, we see a lot of activity, M&A activity, digital transformation. What do I do with chat GPT and generative AI? These are all the challenges that we see the companies coming to us, and you can expect with Velosio expertise in all of these fields.
So what we specialize here at Velosio is really the Microsoft ecosystem, right? For professional service companies, we've talked a lot about
Right.
a lot of different platforms and software that are specific to the professional service business, or that other peers are using. What's the value of bringing it all into that Microsoft platform, that Microsoft ecosystem for professional service companies?
I would say that the primary driver for companies evaluating Microsoft-based solutions is the fact that they've already invested in Microsoft technologies, right? So all of the Office products, whether it's SharePoint or Microsoft Word or Excel, but also, underlying infrastructure like Azure and Power BI and Power Platform. Many companies, both in the mid-market and in the enterprise space, have investments in this. They may have just kind of dabbled in it, or they have, teams with this expertise, and they just want to extend their investment, you know, some of the applications that they may have already developed. They want to leverage it into and embed it into whatever future operational and accounting application that they're looking at. So, I like the way you asked the question. You talked about an ecosystem. You didn't really talk about a single application, and that's really what we're all about. It's, the lines between back office and front office, operations and accounting, they've been completely blurred by these whole life cycle solutions. And that's how we approach it. We do not silo these functions because our solution is fully integrated. So we always take a holistic approach. You may have very mature applications that you want to retain, and we will definitely work with those. But the appeal of the Microsoft ecosystem, the platform, is its well-rounded offerings for all facets of your solution.
Hmm. And within the Microsoft ecosystem is a very powerful um, solution called Dynamics 365 Project Operations. Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that really is a game changer for project?
Yeah, this question is really a follow-on to your question about what are the pain points,
Yeah.
because our solutions really go right to the heart of those pain points, right? The holy grail for professional services companies, professional businesses, is really the fusion of project operations with project financials and traditional financial accounting, right? It's the seamless flow of data from the field, from sales, from your PMO office, for your resource managers, your project managers, into what is traditionally called the back office, which is really where all the financial transactions and accounting is done. So that's what project operations comes to the table with. But what is important to note is that the approach Microsoft took in developing project operations is not to take an ERP application and build in project management and resource management and document management. Because as we all know, ERP applications are very rigid in their functions. They're kind of machines that are configured to be repetitive in processes. As you can, many users will tell you, yeah, I use the application, it does what I need, but it's not visually appealing. It's perhaps not as flexible. I love the drag and drop features. I love the colors in my menu screens. It makes me want to use the application. I love the interoperability with Excel and SharePoint and Power Platform. And very few ERP applications can offer that. And that's why Microsoft developed those operational components of the solution on the Power Platform, right? And the Power Platform, those of you that are familiar with it know how visually appealing it can be. It can be how it is fully interoperable with all of the tools that you already use, whether it's email, whether you're storing a document into SharePoint, whether you need to output into a Word document or a PowerPoint or a PDF. And so project managers, managers, sales engineers are all working in this nice, flexible, configurable, appealing environment, and that makes user adoption that much easier. It's that people are delighted in working in these applications. So that's really a core distinction from other so-called project lifecycle solutions, is that we offer a very intuitive experience for users. They love to use the application. It's not confined in the mold of legacy ERP, but really it is what modern ERP and cloud solutions provide customers these days.
So we've heard a lot about uh, Proserv companies and the Microsoft platform and ecosystem for professional service companies. And I want to end it with a quick, simple question. What's your favorite part of your job at Velosio? How do you like to help professional service companies the most?
Um, my favorite part about my job, no matter where I've worked, is really problem solving. Um,
Mm.
and that's not all. People think that that's always a software solution. it sometimes isn't. Problem solving can be just the application of business expertise, right? Um, of course, the tools that we use to provide efficiencies and automation is technology driven, but the ability have used legacy products in the past. I would hate to say green screen, that people are still maybe using green screen, but and to make that transition into a modern, engaging, intuitive environment, that's really what we pride ourselves in. Our consultants, including myself, get a lot of uh, passion and joy from, is the ability to see end users really becoming better in their jobs, liking their jobs, opening new avenues in their own career progression because
Mhm.
of all the different aspects of the business that are now available to them and not confined to a single process, but in an integrated environment you get exposed to so much data, and that can provide a more engaging experience in their current job. So that's really what not just me, but I would say our team really are passionate about.
Yeah. I think that's great. I always love seeing, when we've helped a client kind of get past that ceiling that they have of they can't get past this growth step. And with the right technology, the right new business processes, and the right team, including your team, James, uh, we're able to see years down the line huge revenue growth in our clients' businesses because of the
Right.
technology systems and business process improvements that they were able to make from those systems. So I echo all of that, and I appreciate you being here today and sharing that with us. That is
Absolutely. A pleasure.
all the questions that I have for you today. I'll take you off the hot seat here, but thank you, James, very much for being here. We hope to have you back talking about project businesses in the future for Velosio Viewpoint Live. If anybody has any questions, feel free. I'm sure James would love to accept LinkedIn messages, but also you can contact us at insider@velosio.com. That's all from us. We'll see you next time.